Hi folks, I'm here with my Charvel Pro Mod SoCal Style 2. I've put loads of videos up about this guitar recently, including an in-depth review, there's been demos, and I've been using it almost every week for my Wednesday jam videos as well. So if you haven't seen any of that stuff, check it out on my channel, and if you like what you see then remember and hit subscribe. For this video I'm just going to do a short video about the pickups. It has FISHMAN Fluence pickups. Which are really cool. They give you 3 distinct voices, so you can have single coil, or you can have vintage PAF humbucker with the little toggle switch up the way, or you can have modern high output humbucker with the toggle switch down the way. So really versatile. It's one of the main reasons I bought the guitar, but it does mean they're active pickups, which means there is a 9-volt battery. So one of the main questions I've been getting asked is how long does the battery last? How do you know when it's running out? I was just playing it and I noticed the battery is running out a little bit, so I thought I'd make a quick informative video, show you what that sounds like when it is running flat, and maybe a few tips how to extend the battery life. Alright, battery life first of all. So the official line from Fishman is that one battery lasts about 200 hours, which I've found is probably about right. I guess it probably varies depending on what brand of battery you use and stuff like that, but I've been changing the battery maybe every 6 months on average. So if you imagine 200 hours, if you play 1 hour a day, that's 200 days, so that's more than 6 months. So you're not going to have to change it that often. Okay, there is one main thing you can do to extend the battery life here, and that is simply when you finish playing the guitar, take the cable out, because whenever the cable is in, the electronics are active, so the battery will be slowly draining. So just a habit to get into, really. I've become almost religious about it. Every time I finish, straight away pulling it out, which you might not be used to if you always use sort of passive pickups. You can obviously leave the cable in as you please, but there you go, it's just a habit. And that'll be the same, I guess, on most active pickup systems, not just Fishman Fluence. Certainly on my acoustic guitar, I've got a Fishman system where there's an internal mic and a piezo pickup. And that's the same thing. I always am careful to pull it out, even if I'm doing a gig in the interval, I'll unplug it just to save that battery. So, top tip. Okay, so how do we know the battery's running out? Because I think a lot of people have this nightmare scenario in their minds of playing a gig and the guitar just cuts out and battery's dead. It doesn't work like that, thankfully. What happens as the battery gets low is the signal just starts to distort slightly. So you probably wouldn't notice that if you're always playing through heavily distorted amps or pedals, then you're not likely to notice that change initially. So it's probably worth playing through a clean sound every so often, just listening to the guitar and hearing, listening out for this kind of nasty distortion sound that starts to creep in. Or even better, what I've taken to doing is plugging direct into my interface, because I can then be absolutely sure by changing the gain here that nothing is clipping in the chain, so therefore if I'm hearing some distortion, it's coming from the pickups. I'm going to show you what that sounds like. Okay, so I'm going to plug my guitar straight into my Focusrite audio interface. No pedals, nothing in between, just literally cable from the guitar into the interface. And then I'm going to set the gain here so that I'm not seeing anywhere near peak, so that I know that what I should then be hearing in my DAW is an entirely clean sounding guitar. So let's just set that now. You see we're getting a little bit of the orange, so that suggests we're getting a bit close to peaking, so I'm going to turn it down. Okay. Right, and then I'm going to hit record so I can put the audio that I'm hearing onto this video rather than the camera audio. So this is what it sounds like when your battery is running flat. So clearly wasn't clipping at all here, so any sort of distorted sound is because the pickups themselves are running on a dodgy battery. Alright, so I'm going to replace the battery, brand new. and we'll see if we've gotten rid of that disgusting distorted sound. Plug it back in. So there we are, back in action. Nice clean sound. Obviously it's still not a nice guitar tone because there's no plugins, there's no pedals, there's no amp. But hopefully that shows you what you're looking out for as your Fishman Fluence pickups start to get a bit low on battery. And that's me good to go probably for another 6 or 7 months. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up if you have, subscribe if you don't already, and I'll see you next time.